What's up, friends? Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope you're doing well. As you can see, I have in front of me a haul of fragrances, and we're going to be checking these out today. Different clones, and hopefully some of these are absolute fire. Regardless, I'm going to be giving away the most expensive one up here, at least expensive in terms of clone fragrances anyway. You know, they're usually not that pricey. That's the whole point. But still, the most expensive one here. Haha, that sounds better, right? I'm giving away the priciest one, guys. It's luxury. But yeah, a lot of different fragrances here to check out and some interesting ones. These little dilly-dallies right here, these are solid clones. All of these are going to be linked in the description, so feel free to check them out down there. Let's get started first off with these ones. These are the newest fragrance releases or iterations from dabomb.com. Which I do like saying, dabomb.com. It says it right there on the front of the box. I'm not making it up. You see it, dabomb.com. And I have talked about these a couple times, but it was a while back. I guess on their first iteration, but now they have improved. So they come in these little boxes, foam cutout on the inside there. So as you can see, instructions, a little magnetic closure, and then it sits down in there. And they look like so, like a little lipstick. You basically turn it and it pops out like that. And they have the name of the fragrance on the tube itself. Hopefully you can see that. But yeah, everything from dabomb.com is, well, kind of what it says, a bomb or a solid cologne. But they are clones. So like I said, cologne, solid clones. This one is Da Posh Bomb, and it's saffron, amberwood, and cedar. And basically, like I was showing, you just kind of pop it out and you just rub it on yourself. It rubs the clone on its skin or else it gets the hose again. And then you do like that. So Da Posh Bomb, this one is Baccarat Rouge 540. And when you look on the website, it says that it's supposed to last 6 hours and then project half a meter. And it does actually have really good sticking power. It stays for a long time and you can pick it up, especially as you move around, but it's not beastly, which you would expect with a solid cologne. And there are some advantages with these little things, chief among them probably the ease of use with travel, because this is pretty easy to take with you wherever you go. And then when you want to use it, just pull it out, apply it, put it back. Like I said, it has pretty good staying power as well. So that's a positive also. And another thing you could do with it is use it to try to extend the life of your fragrance, kind of apply it onto your skin and then spray the fragrance over top. You could also try to layer with it if you wanted to, I suppose, though I haven't really done much of that. Like use that one, apply it on your skin, and then spray something over top that you think would go well with Baccarat Rouge 540. And it is actually really close to BR 540, much closer than you would expect for a solid cologne thing. Because, you know, you would look at that and be like, it's like chapstick, you know? But when you smell it, it's like, oh no, that's BR 540, nice. It says on the website that you should get 6 months of use if you use it daily. That's a long time. Obviously, I'm not sure if that's correct because I haven't applied this onto my skin daily for 6 months, but that's what it says. The other new ones are this one, Da OG Bomb, which has grapefruit, ginger, and patchouli on there. Actually, this is the one I was wearing today. And that's gonna give you that Bleu de Chanel action. Really good. And then the last one of these new batches, this new run, Da Boom Bomb, which has bergamot, ginger, amber. And this one is Oud Overdose, which is Xerjoff, of course. And as I've been testing these, I've kind of waffled on which one is the best. Initially, I was like, it's the Oud Overdose one. That one's the best. And then as I wore them, I was like, well, I don't know. Like the Bleu de Chanel one is really nailing that woodier aspect of Bleu de Chanel that comes out, which you would expect because the top here is not gonna sparkle and zing as much as a normal fragrance because it's not a spray fragrance. But then the BR 540 is a killer BR 540 alternative. So yeah, I will say that these ones smell overall higher quality than the first ones that popped out, and they look higher quality as well, just much more transportable. They look really nice, be easy to take on a flight or something like that if you're traveling somewhere. Or like I said, layer, or reapply through the day, just all that stuff. This really does well. So all 3 of these are good. Thankfully, none of these suck. They're like 30 bucks each, $29.99. I don't have any codes for these, but if you go onto the website, they have a thing where you can get a code. Like it's that whole thing like, get money off your order, bro. Give me your email. And like I said, everything linked in the description, so you can find dibam.com down there. And they have a bunch of other ones that they put out before these. And then I think they're gonna launch more down the road that are kind of like in this style with different fragrances. I don't know, they're all friggin' good. And they last so much longer than you would expect. I thought they were gonna be really piddly weeny, but they're not. Piddly weeny. That means not very strong. Let's do this next. Ironic Eternal from Dumont. I don't have a flippin' idea what this is. Ironic Eternal, very odd name. I'm just assuming that this is a clone because it's from Dumont. Pretty affordable, as you might expect. So this is not the one that I'm giving away. Let's not pay too much attention to the presentation, okay? Okay, good. These little fancy testers right here is like a business card. All right, let's check out Ironic Eternal. Eternally Ironic. Cap has a decent heft to it for being plasticky. It looks all right. This is giving me like Bleu de Chanel vibes, but I'm already doing Bleu de Chanel today with the solid. What? Let me keep huffing on this, see what the deal is. I think there was something lost somewhere here. The write-up for this, depending on where you look, is like, oh, it's got plum, it's got this, it's got that, and I'm like, huh, okay. Then other places you look are like, oh, it's got citrus, it's got lavender, it's got geranium, it's got ambroxan, it's got cedar, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's probably the more accurate one right there. Yeah, this is giving me Bleu de Chanel vibes, kind of in that wheelhouse. It is very fresh, super versatile. When you first spray it on, you get hit with like a little rubbing alcohol. Let me grab this other tester strip. I don't think it should make a difference, but I'm curious. Yeah, little alcohol when you first spray it on. So you get that like rubbing alcohol whiff. You know what? I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna try blasting this on top of that. Almost lemony off skin a little bit, at least initially. Then it starts to sag, turns more bergamot after that. Yeah, it's sort of in that wheelhouse, blue fragrance style. Fresh, clean, easy to wear, bit classy. You get hit with that alcohol in the first initial blast, so you gotta let it chill. This one goes for pretty much dirt cheap. So honestly, for the price point, it's a solid, versatile, everyday fragrance. But I will say, when you smell that up close, like you catch a big whiff, it's pumping pretty hard. It's got solid projection there initially to the point that you go heavy with that. In that initial opening, you catch a big whiff, close up your lungs, man. You just be like, it's fresh, it's fresh. It's pretty good. It's getting better as it dries down. This is one of those ones where it's like, opening is mid, because you smell it and you're like, oh, it's kind of nice, but it's also got this like roughness. Then as it goes, it like softens up. It's not as harsh, and you go, oh, it's a lot nicer. Now it's starting to smell really good. Let's keep moving. Let's do this one. Just lychee. Mine arrived a little busted, at least as far as that cellophane. It was pre-opened a little bit, you know, just oh man. I was gonna say they started it for me, but oh man, oh my God. This is a nightmare. The cellophane is just like flaking off. There we go. Okay, just lychee. So this is Fragrance World. They have a lot of fragrances in this line here. Okay, good. No leakage. Always like that. Don't want to be leaking. Handy dandy tester strip thing. Let's spray. Okay, it was like pre-primed for me. Ooh, that's strong. Ooh, that's sweet. That's sugary. That's actually really nice. It's feminine, but you already knew that looking at it. It is sweet, sugary, fruity sweet. This one is a clone of Eden Sparkling Lychee 39 by KLE, which was done by the same perfumer that actually made my fragrance West Loop, Gabriella Solariu. If I butchered your last name, Gabriella, I'm so sorry. But yeah, she made West Loop for me, which is fantastic, but I'm biased. You can't trust me on that because it's mine. I'm not gonna tell you it sucks, but it is fantastic. But it is really good, honestly, and it's a big compliment puller. Smells amazing in the air. By the way, every fragrance outlet, every Perfumania in the country, or online at Michael Lowell's website, linked in the description. This is very feminine. This is one that most guys are probably not gonna feel comfortable wearing, but the quality is nuts. Let's see. What could this one be? Yeah, I had to get this. This is just kind of absurd. Is that the word I'm looking for? I think, yeah. Oh, we've got the case of evaporating cellophane again. Cool. So, what does this look like right here? This is very Tiziana Terenzi looking, but it's not Tiziana Terenzi, it's Giovanni Lorenzi. That's totally different. Tiziana Terenzi, I don't know anything about that. That's Giovanni Lorenzi, bro. It's two different things. Name of this one is Caesar. Caesar, unless you've played Fallout New Vegas, and then it's Kaiser. And this one is from Fragrance World. Does the whole front thing comes off? All right, there's a little foam in there, that's nice. It says, remove it to turn on the light. How cryptic. You read that? Remove it to turn on the light. So there's a pull tab thing. There's like a, you see it right here? There's like a little pull tab. This opens up, look at this. What? Oh my, take a look at that. But yeah, there's a little pull tab. It's right there. So let's give that a pull, because you gotta remove it to turn on the light. That's what it says. There we go. Oh, I removed it. Where's the light? Hello? Oh, there is a light. There is a light. Oh, there it is. It's magnificent. Would you look at that? Oh, wow, what a powerful. Look at that light. Look at, do you see it? Wow, just illuminates nothing. I mean, everything. It's gaining power. The light is stronger. So, anyway, come out. Here's Kaiser, Caesar. Look at this. Look at this. Do you see this? Alrighty. Let's give it a smell. Let's see how it is. I mean, pretty good, actually. So the Dumont over here, just going back to that real quick. I don't know that I'm leaning Bleu de Chanel. It's definitely like blue fragrance vibe, but it's kind of switching up on me. Initially, it was more Bleu de Chanel. Yeah, maybe still. It's like, not exactly, but kind of in that style. Anyway, back to this. This is rich, resinous, a little bit dark, leathery, and then it has an underlying bit of sweetness to it, and like the faintest little hint of something animalic in there as well, but not a huge amount, just kind of along the edges. I actually like this. This is really good. Of these three, this is more my jam. It's a clone of Chimera from Terenzi, and it also is similar in ways to M7 from Yves Saint Laurent right here. M7, it has that similarity in how the oud note comes across. In the initial opening, you don't feel it as much in this one, but then as it starts to dry, you're like, oh, I know what that is. That's pretty good. The light is pointless, but you know, the fragrance is solid. Solid? It's good, man. That's good. I like it. This is the oud one. Yeah, the bomb. The boom bomb. Nice. That's friggin' good. This one I will give away to one of you. This is from Joe Milano. Here it is, right here. And it's called Wild Card. Technically Game of Spades Wild Card. It's got a nice velveteen box, little velvety boy, and the fragrance sits inside right there. Bottle's real heavy on these. Cap, very heavy as well. And these things, been going a little crazy on TikTok. Just a lot of people talking about Joe Milano. I've featured a couple Joe Milano fragrances in the past, years ago. One of them was a complete mess. Like the thing was falling apart, like it leaked all over the place, I remember. But this is like their nicer stuff, their higher end stuff. It's got a great atomizer, see that? Sorry, I'm spraying your fragrance out, person that's gonna win. Ooh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Ooh, no, I'll stop. Whoever wins this is gonna be like, those were my sprays, dude. Strong, I shouldn't have done that. It's got a good atomizer though, you saw. I'm surrounded by a lot of stuff in the air, on my hands, on my arms. I mean, I smell nice. I smell like a bunch of different things, so it's like I'm James McAvoy in Split, only with fragrances. You know, a lot of things going on here. I smell good, but I also smell like I have problems. Okay, so a wild card. This is pretty strong. It's packing some heat. I was gonna say something worse than that. I censored myself in my mind. When I first smelled this, I was like, oh, you know, for the first millisecond, I was like, oh God, is this gonna be like an original Santal, you know, Mont Blanc Individuel, Yopom kind of vibe, because it has that sweetness when you first smell it. But then pretty quickly, it's like, oh, okay, no, it's not that. It's Lafayette Street from Bond Number 9, which also has similarities to Sculpture. Nico Sculpture also has similarities to Uden. It's like Uden Overdose over there, but this is ultimately Lafayette Street. So it has a good amount of sweetness pretty much right away. And it opens up really smooth, actually. This one doesn't open up with like, you know, that kind of alcohol blast that you have to let settle. Of these, the only one that has that is this one. But you know, that one doesn't take too long to start chilling out. None of these do, and this one especially, spray it on, it's good to go right away. So it's got that vanilla, tonka, fruits, like I said, good amount of sweetness, but it has good versatility too. You know, it's not something that's so overly sugary that you just can't really wear it any place other than, you know, extremely casual situations in fall, for example, or something like that, where any other situation, it's like, oh, it's too much or it's not enough. This one actually has great versatility. You can use it about whenever you want, keeping into consideration that it's pretty strong, it is sweet, and if you go too heavy, you're gonna maybe have some people choking. But outside of that, honestly, year round, daytime, nighttime, doesn't matter. And for as poor of an impression that Joe Milano made on me initially, because I purchased, like I said, maybe three or four of their fragrances that were before this stuff existed. And they were either okay or kind of bad, or like the one that I received that was just a complete mess that I told you about that was like leaking all over the place and like half the bottle was degrading. It looked like a zombie. Like you pull the bottle out and stuff is flaking off. You're just like, oh my God. It looked like that, fragrance zombie. To go from that to this is kind of a surprise. But then at the same time, this is pricey as far as clones go. It's not cheap. It's not insanely expensive, don't get me wrong. But even at discounters, you're probably gonna be looking at about 60, 65 bucks on the lower end, and some places want to charge like 80, 85. And then if you look up like the retail on this, yeah. I don't think anybody's paying it, but you might be asking, well, what is the retail? 220 bucks. Yeah. If you go to Joe Milano's website, $220. Now for a really high-end, well-done clone of Lafayette Street, that's gonna get you compliments, that's gonna last a long time, you know, 60 bucks, 65 bucks, sure. A little expensive for clones, like I said, but you know, could be a lot worse. 220? No, that's absurd. So be aware of that. You know, if you look this fragrance up and you see that 220, know that you can get it for way, way less than that. But it's still gonna run you, like I said, 60 to 65 probably, depending on where you look. But if you like Lafayette Street and you want an extremely well-done clone, get this, darn good. So there we go, guys. There's kind of my rundown of some of the stuff that I got in here over the past couple days. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway for Wild Card. Like I said, it's gonna be this bottle right here, so you know, it's not still sealed. I apologize. In order to be entered to win that, all you have to do is the usual stuff you have to do. Like the video, be subscribed to the channel, leave a comment below. Put in the comment what fragrance you would like to see made into a solid cologne style. So just like a fragrance that you think if you had something like that, you would use it, basically. Whether that's to layer, to spray with the original one, or just wear it by itself, I don't care. Just trying to think of something that kind of goes along with the fragrance video today. So that's what it is, boys. That's all you gotta do. I don't care what fragrance is. It could be niche, could be indie, could be designer, you know, whatever. Give me a couple weeks, I'll throw the winner up after I do a random comment picker. I'll put it on the community tab of the YouTube channel, so you should see it if you're subscribed. And then if you're the winner, just hit me up and I will package this up, ship it out to you. So there we go, guys. Some sick, solid colognes. All three of these very well done. Kind of a blue fragrance vibe with this one. Really cheap, Easy to pick up, easy to wear, let it settle. The opening's not the greatest, but after that it smooths out, gets much, 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 much nicer. Right here we got another CARLISLE, extremely sweet, very sugary, well done. Probably gonna be more for most people's girlfriends or wives or sisters or just whoever that likes that CARLISLE, actually, yeah. And then this one, this is good. Little M7 vibes, Tiziana Terenzi Chimera. Kind of an interesting box. It looks real nice. Lorenzi Bazinzi, and then Lafayette Street right here. So there we go. Thank you guys. Stay safe out there. I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.